Hello everybody on YouTube land. It's just occurred to me that I've not done an actual proper review of Mary Poppins Returns. So here is my review of Mary Poppins Returns. So, what's the story? Well, Jane and Michael have all grown up now, and Michael has recently lost his wife and his kids are having problems with their house. The bank wants to take their house, and so Mary Poppins returns, hence the title, and to save the day, or at least help save the day. And that is pretty much all I could say, really, because I don't want to spoil it. I mean, Mary Poppins, the original, is a classic. You know, it's very well loved, very well known. The songs are so memorable. Everything about Mary Poppins usually is on at Christmas, isn't it? It's usually on at Christmas time, and it's it's just one of those films you can put on with a cup of tea on a wet afternoon, and just chill. And it's a classic. It's a classic. So it's quite a lot of anticipation for this movie, quite a lot to live up to. And you know what? I actually preferred it. Yes, I'm one of those people that actually liked this film. In fact, I loved it. I'll get into that why. But yes, there's a lot of people on the internet that don't like this movie. And a lot of people who actually don't like this movie in general as well, not just critics, but audience members. And I completely understand why. I see why you have your preferences. I understand if you hold the original close to your heart, or if you just don't like the film. It's fine. Everybody in this world has a different opinion, and everybody in this world is entitled to their own opinion. And your own opinion is the only one you should ever go by. So this is just my opinion. And me personally, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It was so entertaining. It was enjoyable, and I just loved it. Now, what do I think of the story? The story for me is a much better story than the original. The original one, Mary Poppins turns up and they have sort of adventures, and then there's the father who's going through troubles in his job and has lost sight of what's really important. So in this one, it's the father of the children is Michael, who was the young lad in the first film. He's grown up and he's no longer ginger. He's got black hair. And like I said, his wife's died, and he's not coping very well with it, obviously, and his children aren't either, but they all seem to be doing okay. But then the bank turns up and says, right, because you're down on your payments, we're gonna have to take you home. And he realises he has shares at the bank from his father, so that would cover all the bills that were required to keep the house. So Jane and Michael are trying to find this document, whilst the kids are going out with Mary Poppins and realising that their dad is not a bad person, or is just in needing of some support because he's going through a very hard time. And it echoes the original movie as well, and it kind of works on that side of things as well. So yeah, so this is quite a lot, a beat for beat of the original one. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but the original one, Mary Poppins turns up when the family's in problems. That's part one. They go see, they pop into a painting and everything is a cartoon around them. That happens in this one, kind of. They then go see a guy flying on the ceiling. That kind of happens in this one. And then there's the Step in Time music element, the scene where they're all dancing, and we have that in this as well. So it is quite a lot of beat by beat, and there's even the balloon, the kite at the end, isn't there? It's Go Fly a Kite, which is my favourite of all the songs. And there's a bit like that towards the end as well. So yeah, it is. I can see why there's a lot of comparisons to the original in this. But you know what? If it works, you don't need to fix it. And Emily Blunt is a much more stricter, a bit more edgier Mary Poppins than Julie Andrews was. Mary Poppins, if you go by the book's characters has dark elements, and also has some a lot of harsh moments as well. And so they've kind of taken more elements from the book characterization of Mary Poppins than the Julie Andrews Walt Disney Mary Poppins, but they've also kept some of the heart as well from Julie Andrews Mary Poppins. So she's not a dark horse, she's not too stern, she's firm but fair, she knows what she's doing, she has a point to be made, but she does it subtly, and that's what I like. And Emily Blunt is superb in this part. I can't think of anybody else who would be better for a modern Mary Poppins She's just fantastic. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is the sort of, he's not Bert, he's not playing Bert, which I thought he was going to be in the trailer. He's not. He's playing a guy called Jack, and he puts all the lights on. God, I can't think of it. I get stuck with some words. He puts lamppost lights on, and he sort of befriends the family and goes along on the venture. And because he's very known for the Hamilton musical, the guy who played him, and you can tell he has like one moment where he does a sort of Hamilton sort of thing. So, but it suits his part, and they put that in there, a little bit of that in there, just to say, you know, this is his thing as well. So every person has a part to play in this film. Now the cast are fantastic. I said about Julie Roberts. It's not Julia Roberts. Julie Andrews. Emily Blunt. She's fantastic. The rest of the cast are fantastic. The kids are good. That's always a relief. I think that the supporting roles, Meryl Streep, she's only in really for one scene, but she's good. Colin Firth does very good with his part. Who else have we got in this? Dick Van Dyke has a cameo, which is not a spoiler. A spoiler. It's in the trailer. And his part is very good, and I think he almost steals it. He's got his old movies school charm. You know, he just naturally has charisma and charm, and for his age, I mean, he's in his mid or early 90s, and to be able to do what he does in this film is phenomenal. It really is. You know, he's singing and dancing and being comedic and charming, and it just oozes off the screen when he's on screen. It's that wink in his eye, you know. It's fantastic. It's just great to see him still doing well, and like I said, considering his age, which I'm not being rude, it's just phenomenal. It really is. But I mean, everybody plays a good part. Julie Walters is good in this movie. I forget the name of the actress. It's leaving me now. I think it's Emily Mortimer. I can't remember correctly. I really should do more research. I think she plays Jane, and she is very good in this movie as well. But the one for me who steals the film, the whole film, has my favourite song in the film and has the emotional core to this film, is Ben Whishaw as Michael. He's also known as the voice of Paddington in the Paddington movies, but he is an exceptional actor, and I think he has, like I said, the emotional core to this movie. He has a song where he goes into the attic at the beginning of the movie, and he sings about his late wife, something that reminds him of his late wife. And it's so moving. I found it really moving and relatable, and truly, like I said, the heart of this movie. You really root for the guy. And when he gets angry at the kids, you understand why he's angry. Because he's frustrated, he's scared, and he's vulnerable. And it's all in his eyes. You know, I just really was blown away by the acting in this movie. It's a kids' family movie by Disney. You don't expect to have that sort of... I'm not being rude or patronistic. I'm just saying that I thought it was really well done. The effects, the 2D animation, it's good to have 2D animation. I miss 2D animation from Disney. I like the 3D animation, like the Pixar sort of thing. It's all good, don't get me wrong. I think it's done some fun, it's so much better over the years. But it's just something about 2D animation, just makes you feel more old school. The musical numbers. Now, this has been something which has been going around on the main criticism of the movie. The songs aren't as memorable. Well, that's what's going around. Personally, I really love the songs in this movie. They fit the film perfectly. They may not be as big or as memorable as Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or Let's Go Fly Kite, but the songs are uniquely... They just work really well into the film. There's not one song that's awful. There's not one song that is like huge, humongous, like Let It Go from Frozen, or it's just The Circle of Life and Lion King, or Tell Us All His Time from Beauty and the Beast. You know, those songs are iconic. These songs are more simple and effective, and they work well to the story. So yes, but they are quite tuneful. You know, there are a couple of tunes that I've been singing to myself around the flat or whatever, or walking down the road, I think there are some nice melodies in there, and I think the songs, like I said, they just fit the film very well. They fit with the story, with the characters. They don't feel just shoved in for the sake of it. They feel more natural, and the songs aren't big and flamboyant, but when they have like the big musical number towards the end of the movie, the sort of step in time type thing, it is like old school musical, and it just feels lovely. It really does. It makes you feel, if you're a film fan, as I am. I mean, I don't just love horror movies. I love all sorts. If you look on my shelf, you'll see all sorts of shit. You know, I've got a book about Krampus, a book about Ninja Turtles, a book about Spawn. Well, these are trading cards of Spawn. I got a manga, Spawn. I got Zootropolis. I got a zombie. You know, Star Wars, Return to Oz, you know, and so forth. I mean, I've got posters all over on the flat, and you know, it just shows that you don't have to be a fan of one genre and not appreciate other genres. So yes, I do mainly horror movie reviews on here, but I love Disney as well. You know, my wife is obsessed with Disney. She loves Disney, so it's all around the house. You know, it's just, I have my side, she has her side. My side is more horror. Anyway, I'm getting away from the review. The point is, the musical numbers in this film work well, and the dance number towards the end it just makes you feel happy, makes you feel good inside. This is a feel-good, family fun film. So yeah, that's it really. I mean, like I said, the direction is lovely. There's some lovely atmospheric shots and cinematography. So this is just my view, but I personally loved it. I thought this was old school, family fun, good natured, good story, well acted, and I really hope they don't wait 54 years for another sequel, because the original came out in 1965, and that's a long time to get a sequel. I think it's down on record. It's the longest running amount of time in between two movies. But I really do hope they make another one. I don't know where they would go from it, but I'm sure they could. They go by the books. There's plenty they can do from the books. So I really do hope they do it. And I think it's been a success. I think it's done really well. It's still selling out performances and doing really good at the box office. And I think generally the overall opinion is good. There are a few who love it, like myself and my wife and a few friends of ours. And there's a few who absolutely hate it and don't like it, and that's fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But me personally, I love this movie. And this is the longest review I've ever done for one of my film reviews on my YouTube channel. We're up to nearly 13 minutes now, and I don't usually go into detail this well either. So I've really tried to do my best for this review, because I do believe this film deserves the rating I'm going to give it. This is my opinion, and I give it 10 out of 10. But now we're on to 2019, and my film review is now graded out of 5, so I get 5 stars. Well, 5 fingers. Well, 4 fingers and a thumb. So that is my review of Mary Poppins Returns. It's a 5-fingered fun film. Yeah. So thanks for watching this review. Please subscribe, bing, on that little channel there. Was it that side? Bing, it's over that side. Oh dear. Like I said, I'm a bit bonkers, me. Thank you to all my new subscribers, up to 78 now. I've only got 22 for my goal for this year, which is 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. And if any of my friends and family are now watching this, because I finally put it on Facebook that I have a YouTube channel. Hello everybody. It's me, yes. Please don't take the piss out of me when you next see me, because I do love doing this, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this, but you really don't have to, you don't want to, but thank you. Anyway guys, on YouTube land, thank you so much for your ongoing support. All the comments down below will be read and replied to, and I really do respect all of your opinions if you disagree with mine, and let's talk about your favourite films and all the rest of it over the next year. All the best of 2019. My first review with this year was Holmes and Watson. It's still available on this channel if you want to watch it. And there will be some film reviews coming up shortly. There's one on Sunday for Stan and Ollie. And we're going to go see, I think it's called The Upside. I'm thinking about seeing it next week, so that'll be one to watch. And then, of course, there's Glass, which I'm looking forward to. So all the best to everybody on YouTube land, and all my family and friends. And once again, thank you again for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, share, and all that malarkey. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodaloo for now.